Was good, people? How's everybody doing today? I need to move my laptop. How do I do this without disconnecting everything? I've got so many wires and things strewn across my desk. Okay, laptop is in position. Cell phone is not going to fall off. Computer mouse is over here. Okay. Hi, guys. Link to the Past is the first of 16 Zelda games we're going to play. I need to make a spreadsheet. So the whole purpose of this playing 16 Zelda games is we're going to do a big tier list video of every Zelda dungeon. Which Zelda dungeons are the best, and which ones are the worst. I don't know. I haven't played through them all. There are a bunch of Zelda games I've never played. There are a bunch of Zelda games I haven't played in years. I don't have a lot of memories fresh in my head. So I gotta play all of the Zelda games. We're gonna go through all of them. Not literally all of them. We actually went through a few streams ago instead of playing Secret of Evermore. We went through and looked at the whole Zelda series and picked the 16 games that kind of comprise, like, core Zelda. So, stuff like Fairy Tingle's Rupee Land and Link's Crossbow Training and the CDI games are being left out. Link to the Past is a game I've got basically memorized at this point, thanks to running the randomizer so much, but to be consistent, I think it will be smart to take notes on every Zelda dungeon that we play. Oh, having the laptop here is going to get in the way of my controller. Maybe not. So, Link to the Past, I chose this game first because it's something I can play immediately. I don't have... My Switch is in the other room right now. I don't have to bring it in and hook it all back up. I've got the Super NT already plugged in, so we're playing on hardware. I guess I should check here. Oh, okay, so the battery still works in this. Let's get rid of these other players. I don't know who these people are. Who's Judd? I must have got this copy of the game secondhand somewhere. Alright. We have a nice clean slate here. It's actually weird to see this player select screen. I've been playing the randomizer so long, which has the Japanese player select screen, which doesn't have any of these graphical accoutrements on it. Alright. This is all in order. You're going to see a weird flicker as I switch my input over. Let me know if the audio needs to be finagled in either direction. I'm going to turn my fan on so it gets nice and cool in here. And I've got a spreadsheet window open so I can type my thoughts on dungeons as we go. Let me get my YouTube chat here. Alright. Oh, I can't type Lizink. We can go with Lizink. There we go. That's good. I'm happy with that. So we're going to take notes on each Zelda dungeon. I probably don't need to do it with this game because I already know everything about this game, but just to be consistent. It might be nice to have the whole repository of notes at hand anyway. It's been a long, long time since I played this game, like, on hardware in full screen, so this will be... Like, even just seeing the lowercase letters is a little strange in this font. Alright, these are just hearts. And my lamp. And I think we're going to come up on a controversy that we're going to have to settle pretty early into this run, actually. The kind of built-in flaw of this ZELDOPALOOZA project is that the Zelda games that I like the most are going to go by really, really quickly because I already know them, and the Zelda games that I don't like are going to take a lot longer because I have played them less over the years. Zelda is your... Alright. I don't know what Zelda is mine, but... Well, if you watched my Let's Play series of this game, you should know that when I recorded that series, that was what, 2014 or so? I did not know this game very well, but in the intervening years, I have played several dozen randomizer runs with pretty hardcore settings, and I learned the game a lot better, so I know this game a lot better now. So here's the first controversy. Does Hyrule Castle count as a dungeon? I'm inclined to say yes, because you get a dungeon map, right? You find an item, there's a boss, there's a little puzzles to solve. It's definitely like a dungeon-ish area. Is there any good argument for not counting Hyrule Castle as a dungeon? I'll ask that as I kind of set up my spreadsheet here. Oh, is that going to be our litmus test? If you use the mirror and it takes you back to the entrance, it's a dungeon? Yeah, I'm definitely leaning in the direction of erring on the side of more dungeons rather than fewer dungeons. Like stuff like the Ice Cavern and the Well in Ocarina of Time, I would count as dungeons. I'm even considering like Death Mountain in Zelda 2, where you find the hammer. Like that, I always think of that as a dungeon, even though it's not one of the temples in the game. But I worry if erring too much on that side of things, we're going to get into a lot of gray weeds. With like the shrines in Breath of the Wild. Does Breath of the Wild then have like 126 dungeons? Because each individual little shrine counts as a dungeon? Because you always go in, there's always a puzzle to solve. It's instanced away from the overworld. And you get a prize at the end, and there's usually hidden treasure. Like, it ticks a lot of boxes that we tend to think about with Zelda dungeons. But like, to me, stuff like Hyrule Castle and the Ice Cavern are definitely dungeons, whereas stuff like those shrines definitely aren't. Oh, Breath of the Wild is on the 16. In fact, I'll pull up the list here, if you'd like me to, if you weren't here the other night to see them. We will be playing The Legend of Zelda, Adventure of Link, Link to the Past, Link's Awakening, Ocarina of Time, Majora's Mask, Oracle of Ages, Oracle of Seasons, Wind Waker, Minish Cap, Twilight Princess, Phantom Hourglass, Spirit Tracks, Skyward Sword, Link Between Worlds, and Breath of the Wild over the course of this playthrough. I will not be doing exhaustive playthroughs of all these games. I'm really just interested to get into and experience the dungeons. Like, especially with Breath of the Wild, I think it's just, I'm going to hit enough shrines to get my health and stamina where it needs to be, and then just bulldoze the rest of the content, you know what I mean? So, if it has its own map, it's a dungeon. That would work for this game, because this is like the map screen of Link to the Past, right? And it's definitely showing us a dungeon. But not every game in the series has map functionality. So, I think for Link to the Past, Hyrule Castle shows up in your stats at the end of the game. When it shows you how many lives it took to get through each dungeon. Hyrule Castle is counted amongst them. So I think we can pretty safely count Hyrule Castle as a dungeon. And then Castle Tower is a separate dungeon later on. It's not two halves of the same dungeon that you complete at different times. You know what? It actually feels very strange having a sword this early in the run. I'm so accustomed to playing swordless randomizer runs now. Like, I go into the castle and I'm like, man, do I have something that I can fight these monsters with? I've had to come in here and fight my way through the castle with, like, bombs or, like the blue cane or something. In fact, for Let's Racing Time once, I set up an SNES pentathlon challenge, where one of the challenges was completing the castle escape with only the blue cane. And you had to, like, the challenge of it was figuring out how to budget your magic resources properly. Because you have, like, just enough magic to win all of the required fights. Like, I've had to bomb this guy a bunch of times. So, okay. Let's do some spreadsheet work here. I'm gonna share this spreadsheet at some point. Once I get it looking kind of nice, you can kind of see all of the notes. But for now, I think we need a column for designation. Designation will, because some games have strict, like, level numbers. Level 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, etc. Second column for dungeon name. This is Hyrule Castle. Third column for treasure. Treasure of this dungeon is the boomerang. And then after we complete each dungeon, maybe we'll take a minute and kind of just powwow about it and share some thoughts. Because not every Zelda game has, like, a little tutorial dungeon like this. Some Zelda, like Ocarina of Time, has a tutorial area that kind of shows you how to play the game. By the time you actually reach the first dungeon, it expects you to know all that stuff. Whereas this game, it teaches you that stuff in the tutorial dungeon. How to fight, how to pick up pots, how to do basically everything. So this dungeon does have a boss. This guy counts as a boss, kind of. He's like boss-ish. You do have to beat him to win the dungeon. So we'll say boss is the Ball of Chain Knight. It's a little strange that you fight the boss so early in the dungeon, but hey. Yeah, as far as I'm aware, there's no Zelda game that has, like, traditional style dungeons that we left off of the playlists. The only Zelda games we left off are, like, Zelda games that are outside of the Zelda genre, if that makes sense. So, like, the rhythm games, the shooting games, the Dynasty Warriors, clones, that kind of stuff. And the CDI games. I have no desire to play the CDI games. The only reason to play the CDI games, as far as I know, is, like, for the lulz, and I'm not interested in the lulz. I'm interested in scientifically deciding which Zelda dungeons are good and which ones are not. My hypothesis is that even the bad Zelda dungeons are going to be basically okay. Like, I don't expect to find a single dungeon that I absolutely cannot stand. Maybe one of the latter dungeons in Zelda 2 that's very obnoxious, perhaps, but... Yeah, no, I don't actually foresee myself finding a dungeon anywhere in the series that I just hate. There are dungeons that I think have great flaws that we can talk about as we go through. I'm not a fan of the ice dungeon in Twilight Princess. I'm very critical of. I don't like the way that dungeon is structured. The Dominion Rod dungeon, I forget which one it is, in Twilight Princess, involves kind of just a lot of dumb backtracking. What are some other ones? I'm trying to think now. But I doubt any of them are just, like, abhorrence. So I think one of the things we'll track for each dungeon is like dungeon gimmicks. Like what's some of the gimmicks you've got to play around with in a particular dungeon? And I think these dark rooms count, right? As gimmicks? Because the dark rooms are kind of the dungeon's defining feature once you get late enough. I guess I should ask too, because this is going to be a question that we have to address. Is like, what version of Link's Awakening should I play? Because I bought an HDMI adapter for my GameCube, so I could stream the Game Boy Color version using the GameCube. Considering everybody just watched me play the Switch version. Ah, the key. It's not a question we have to worry about right now, because I also want to get copies of the Oracle's games. I'll be streaming those from the GameCube as well, I think. I've also enjoyed the Link's Awakening randomizer a few times. Alright. That rat is spared. I tried to hit that rat. Oh, never mind, he's not spared. I lied. Yes, I understand. Let's take my heart and be gone. Alright. So that's one dungeon down, only like 500 to go. Here, let's column for other notes. So this is basically a tutorial dungeon. Gimmicks, dark rooms, not much to speak of here, really. It's mostly a story dungeon, right? Because you go in, you gotta go down and rescue the princess. You use the lamp a lot, but you never actually have to use the dungeon item. There's no actual boomerang puzzles in this game. I'm gonna do some formatting on my spreadsheet here, or it's gonna annoy me. Alright, fair. Okay. I don't have to go up and check the forest or anything. Oh, I gotta give up mushroom, I guess. I do have to go up to the forest. So I'm so ingrained into heading up here now, and like checking the lumberjack stuff. But this isn't a randomizer. This is just the game, so... So we're not going to do exhaustive playthroughs, but I do want to get this mushroom. I guess we could fall down the manhole while we're here. We should do some overworld exploration at least, otherwise we're going to be missing out on like hearts and things. A mushroom that smells like rotten fruit. Everyone's favorite. Yeah, enjoy the 1 rupee, buddy. You earned it. Alright. We are guaranteed to get bombs in the well, aren't we? Or am I misremembering how the well works? We are guaranteed. Oh, the R and L buttons and the select button don't do anything. I can't, like, I gotta actually go into the menu to switch my items. Like a schnook. Like a common ape. I realize that I'm extremely scruffy right now, like I'm hairy like an ape, so maybe I shouldn't throw stones. Rubles? See if I can remember which houses have stuffs in. Rubles? 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 And there's more rubles up here. Excellent. Nothing over here in any of these houses. We can get into... There's a chicken house. One of the houses is a chicken house. It has like a dangle-do on the side of it. Bugnet. Ah, this is a chicken house. I've only got one more bomb though, so I gotta blow up the bomb shack first. All right. We have angered that chicken. I'm okay with this. Oh, that box wasn't even worth picking up. continue to blow up the insides of houses. So where am I going to get stuck in a dungeon? Because I've been pretty confident about this game so far, but surely I'm going to get stuck somewhere. Do we have any guesses? Hi, can I has? Yesterday in Secret of Evermore, I got stuck on the last boss and forgot how to fight it. Despite being very confident my entire way through that game. I almost went up to pick up rocks, but I can't pick up rocks yet, can I? Not even a little bit. I don't know if you actually have to talk to her or not to advance the plot. I can't remember. Nope, I got lost. I gotta go up these stairs, don't I? No. We do not go up those stairs. We do go down and around. I was going the right way the first time. Alright. This is our second dungeon. The Green Pendant Dungeon, Eastern Palace. Can't go on either of the sides. So the entry of this dungeon, at least, is like a mirror of the Dark World version of the dungeon, which was which is a neat little trick. And sometimes in randomizer, you've got the hook shot in this dungeon, which is fun. I haven't been to see the witch yet, so I can't get magic powder. is always a dungeon I don't like checking in randomizer because you don't always have the bow in order to clear it, and and there's a dark room, and I don't have dark rooms memorized. That's a skill that some randomizer players have, but not me. First things first. Excellent. Who needs potions, right? Oh, I should have picked up that Hyrule. Can't do one of these guys. Gotcha. You know what? One note I want to make about the Hyrule Castle is you can't full clear it on your first visit. Because you have to blow up some walls and you can't get bombs before then. Should also make a quick note about how to kill each boss, I suppose. Like the ball and chain knight, I just throw pots at him and he's done. One second. Okay. So we are about to get the treasure of this dungeon. How did I miss both of those shots? I'm excellent. I guess we should try to commit to full clearing the dungeons at least. Like go into all the rooms of every dungeon and see what is in there. Like this dungeon, I'll note that has like an optional loopy room. That's actually important because we do need to spend 500 rupees in the near future. We almost have that now. Mikey. only the third button I checked. Don't worry. I know what I'm doing. And this should be our boss. Say this dungeon is full cleared. All you must do to kill the Armos Knights is fire arrows at them. Dungeon gimmicks. There really aren't any. It's just kind of a basic, here's how dungeons are laid out. I guess it teaches you about dungeon elevation. I guess I'll type that. And it has an optional rupee room. Boots, please. Okay. I guess our next stop is to full clear Hyrule Castle. I guess we're doing some witch and flipper stuff first, though. Okay. Oh, we can't get flippers yet. Never mind. We've got to go through the desert first. But getting magic powder is useful enough. Do I need to... I need to have the power glove to get into the rest of Hyrule Castle, don't I? Because it's behind that gravestone there. Well, okay. I'll make a note of that as well. Moving on. Double. Ow. I deserved that. I don't want to do the ice rod yet. Like, this here is about the size and substance of a shrine in Breath of the Wild, the little swamp hut here. And I wouldn't count this as a dungeon, right? Like, that doesn't need to be included in the consideration. Push some blocks out of the way, then pull a switch. That's about a shrine. Please let me in. All right. This is Desert Palace. This dungeon has a couple of trap rooms, which is amusing, but not super helpful for winning the game. It's also your introduction to Beano statues. Oh no, there's a switch in this room, isn't there? There it is. Yeah, this room here is a trap room. Let's make a note of that. Who doesn't love a good trap room? Also has multiple entrances, doesn't it? Yeah, it has this weird front door down here. I'm also going to make a note that where Beamos are introduced, because Beamoses are just some of the most annoying monsters we're going to see in this series. This should be it for this floor. Yeah, just about. Just gotta go up through the fairy room. Wonderful. And here we have a hidden fairy. But I already have fairies, so it's just academic. It's one of, I think, 2 dungeons in this game that has a heart piece in the outdoor area. You're just hiding the doorway, right? Yeah. Gimmicks for this dungeon would just basically be the sand monsters that chase you around. And the Beamos, of course. Oh, I didn't have to wait for those. It's a key door. It's not a monster door. I'm done. I'm sorry. You know what? This game is not going to have a use for it, but I'm going to add a column for like sub-boss. Like a mini-boss, right? Like, this game's probably not going to need that information. Future Zelda games definitely will. No, there are some dungeons in this game that have some bosses. You're getting bullied by floor tiles, guys. Not fair. Also, for some reason, the floor of this room is made up of soil and not sand, even though we're still in the dungeon. Are the landlords. I am bad at aiming today. Alright, we're gonna go this way then. The bow does more damage, but aiming the bow is literally impossible. Nobody's ever managed to do it. I got fairies. Go ahead and kill me. Thank you. And this one gets... No, he just starts shooting in different directions. But it doesn't matter. It's the blue or red pendant. Blue. Okay. Let's make a note of the boss fight there. Okay. Make sure nothing's going to kill me while I'm looking at my spreadsheet. Get some free muns. Thanks, buddy. I guess we didn't need those muns. Now we should be able to finish up Hyrule Castle. I guess we could have gone back in the Oh no, you don't need bombs for this. You can do it with Pegasus shoes. That's right. I'm gonna correct my notes here. And then the alt entrance, you do need the power glove. Okay. And we are full cleared now, yes? Yeah, this looks good. Actually, this is a different map from... the castle itself. It's almost like this is 2 dungeons, but I'm just going to count it as 1. Alright, so buy some flips. Ow. Ow. I also guess we should try to more or less do the dungeons in order in each game. Well, those games that allow for an order. See if we can't get like the more or less intended experience for each one. Excellent. Go get some free stuff in the waterfall. Free drink. Now let's see if I remember how to navigate these whirlpools. Probably not, right? That's probably too much to ask. Is this where I want to be? It is, actually. I just want to get one bomb upgrade before pushing on. I think 10 bombs I'll be in danger of running out at some point. And today we will have good luck. You'll love to hear it. Maybe we should do it one more time. I thought it was going to give me a maximum of 20 bombs, not 15. Besides, what else am I going to spend these hootables on, right? Oh, that's right. It speeds it up after you've done it once. Now I can throw way more rupees in. Word up. That's probably enough of this. Let's go get our next bottle. Get the ice rod as well. What's up, man? It's not just a bottle, it's a magic bottle. Anything else I need to grab before going up to Death Mountain? I think I pretty much cleared all the stuff that I can get to at this point. Oh, that's a weird little spot for the pond. I thought I was going to be further south than this. Well, okay, no, this is exactly where I wanted to be. Almost like this game was designed well or something. At some point, I should really learn the layout of all these dark caves. You know what? I forget what's in Spectacle Rock in vanilla. Probably just rupees or something, right? Because the heart piece is up on top. Oh, there's a heart piece here too. Okay, no, I'm glad I came in here. Welcome to the dark. Now exiting the dark. What's blocking me here? Nothing. Okay, I thought there was hammer pegs or something there. But as soon as I get the Master Sword, I can come back and get that spell. Alright, this is dungeon number 4 for this game. Red Pendant. Tower of Hera. Oh, gimmicks for this dungeon immediately. Crystal switches. In holes, falling into holes. As a means of traversing the dungeon instead of just sustaining damage. Oh, there's nowhere to hide from these ones, are there? Can't push into that doorway in the north. Is there stairs? Link can't hide on stairs. All right, Mr. Moldorm. Let's not get too crazy with it. You. Maybe if I could hit you, I could. Oh god. We've been Moldormed. My kingdom for a hook shot. Okay, now we climb the tower because we've done everything in the basement. Yes? Yes. I think we want yellows down as we climb. Introducing the bouncy guys. They're a big pain in the tuchus as we go forward. Yeah, ice rod these though? Not bombs, ice rod. No. Oh, and star switches too. The treasure of this dungeon is, I think, the moon pearl? Yeah, there's not like a toy to play with in this dungeon. You need the moon pearl for Darkworld exploration, but as far as the dungeon goes, I guess the toys are the switches and things, rather than getting a new... like a new piece of equipment to play with. So first, I want to jump into this hole. There are holes in the bottoms of all these jugs. Oh, did I need to... do we have a ferry at all? Yes, I do need a ferry. Okay. Then... this should take us to the treasure. Oh, God. You gotta jump into it from the top. I'm a dumbhead. Look what I've done. try this again. Okay. Treasure is the moon pearl. And then the boss is going to be Big Papa Moldor. Worms and eyeballs are like the recurring theme of Link to the Past's boss fights. Let's take a look at the map. Yeah, we've done the full clear. Nice. No. What do we say to the god of Moldor when we say, not today? Got it. So the big danger in that fight is not losing because of the damage the boss does, it's just that he can knock you down to the previous floor if he wants. This is not randomized, Rosinir. It's weird, right? How long's it been since you've seen this game with nothing randomized? So as long as you're pushing away from the hole, you can usually manage to not get knocked in. Never mind that hole, though. That hole I always fall into 100% of the time. One of the best scenes in video games right here, man. Pulling the Master Sword. Oh, it's so good. So before I go fight Aghanim, I think I want to go collect the 2 magic medallions. And I could save and quit to fast warp, but I'm not going to save and quit to fast warp. How do I get out of here? Down this way? Oh, this is not the exit I wanted to use, though. I wanted to come out closer to the mountain. You know what? It might just be me harping on not liking Breath of the Wild terribly much, but I feel like the Master Sword scene in that game is somewhat devalued because of how you have, like, there's a health requirement. So typically a player will try to pull the Master Sword several times before they actually succeed. I don't know, I could be misremembering that Master Sword scene. It's been a long time since I've played that far in Breath of the Wild, though, so... You know what? I didn't think of it that way, but you're right. It's totally a master using this and you can have it type situation. Maybe I have to rethink all of my life choices now. Oh, please don't touch me, Mr. Ball. I don't want to talk to Mr. Ball. Magic, please. Hoorah for I have magic. Now we will get the Bombos medallion. I want to try not to hate on Breath of the Wild too much, because the truth is I enjoy the game more than some of the... Like, I'm going to enjoy playing Breath of the Wild more than I will enjoy replaying Wind Waker and Twilight Princess, probably. Oh, I can't get Bombos until I get a hammer. No, I gotta get a hammer before I get to a Dark World gate down there. So I'm not getting Bombos, I suppose, is the answer to that question. I don't think it was an homage to the original Legend of Zelda at all. I thought it feels very, very different from the Legend of Zelda. I don't see that as a even close comparison. Breath of the Wild isn't trying to be the Legend of Zelda. It's trying to be like Skyrim. It's trying to be like a standard open world game. Okay. Castle Tower. So in my mind, this definitely counts as a separate dungeon. It's just like a battle gauntlet dungeon, though. We're going to use a lot of ether in here. Yeah, but Zelda 1 was all about locating and traversing the dungeons in the game. Like, the underworld was a major theme of Zelda 1 that's just not present in Breath of the Wild. Where am I going? I got lost. Like, I can see the tenuous link in that they're both kind of non-linear adventures where you can take stuff in whatever order you want, but... even then, I think Breath of the Wild has a lot more linearity than Zelda 1, in the sense that if you play the game like I did, and don't go to Kakariko Village early enough, and like learn about getting armor, like you can really screw yourself for a long time. Alright, I'm out of ether. No more ether for me. I never did get my red shield. Excuse you. That archer was very rude. I has more ether now. And then, of course, Zelda 1 doesn't have any sense of, like, upgrading equipment, or crafting gear, or cooking, or, like, traversing the terrain as though it's terrain. You don't have to, like, climb or follow the water or map a path at all in Zelda 1, typically. It's just you walk in 4 directions. That's the limiting feature of your movement. I think Link Between Worlds is much more of an homage to Zelda 1 than Breath of the Wild is, considering you basically reach a point in that game where it's just like, okay, go get all the dungeons now, what do you want? You've already got all your tools and stuff, so... Yeah, I remember before Breath of the Wild came out, and I learned that it wasn't going to have, like, regular dungeons. And people, like, the thought at the time was, oh, it's going to be more like Zelda 1, where you've got to, like, figure the whole game out for yourself. But then I didn't ever feel like that playing the game. To me, it always just felt like, oh, find the shrine, do the shrine. Find the shrine, do the shrine. Oh, this NPC wants me to go up into the big monster in the sky, so I do that, and there's 4 of those, and then I'm done with the game. And I have to stop every few seconds to make soup. And I made a lot of soup. that's the end of this dungeon. So there's no treasure in this dungeon. There is a boss, Aghanim. Notable because it's the first boss. You have to, like, baseball his shots back. And it's just a battle gauntlet, really. We're 5 dungeons into this game already. We're just getting started. I don't remember any of the boss fights from Breath of the Wild, except, like, if you have the Master Sword, they're all trivial. Like, the Master Sword straight up trivializes every boss fight. In Zelda 2, you're reflected with your shield, though, right? Not with your sword. You didn't have to time it to knock the shot back. Okay, now we're in the dark. For real. I don't think I can get Quake first, can I? Maybe I can. Maybe I can get all the way to Quake without a hammer. Alright, now we can cause earthquakes. Kind of went the long way around to get back home, didn't I? Many piglins in this dark world of ours. Almost forgot my way through this maze. Well, I got 3 hearts. We should probably be a little careful at least. And after 5 dungeons in this game, we have finally made it to level 1. Palace of Darkness. Greetings, Darsham. How you doing, my friend? This way first. Oh, we need another key. Dang it. Is the plan to complete this in one stream? Probably not. It's not impossible, I guess. I mean, I've completed this game in one sitting many times, but... Yeah, I'm taking notes as I go. I mean, starting with a game that I know really well is going to be helpful because it's going to... I'm like figuring out how I want to organize my spreadsheet as I go. Which is very nice. Mizab. Over here is a fairy room, did you guys know? I mean, you'd know if you checked your map. Actually, instead of going all the way back around, let's do this. Let's unequip it before I accidentally use it, though. That would be a travesty. I do not know how to do this bomb jump. My apologies. I only know how to do this area the required way. The intended way, rather. Yeah, it is a little weird to be playing the vanilla game. I'm also very used to randomizers. Okay, so our treasure here is the hammer. I guess the gimmick of this dungeon is kind of just lots of dark rooms. And lots of keys. You do a lot of backtracking to look for keys here. The only speedrun tech that I use a lot of in the randomizer is fake flippers. And even then, in some randomizer seeds I've done, I'll just get myself into trouble if I do that, because I'll end up out of logic and like really stuck for a long time. Now if we go down here, there's just a bunch of hoobles. Single arrow. And a key. Oh, so this is a required room then. Okay. Yeah, it's the whole back route, and then we're ready to go in here. Oh, we gotta hit the switch. Excuse you, please die. I think Ocarina of Time's Overworld is perfect. Ocarina of Time has exactly the correct amount of Overworld that I want. Whereas, like, say, Link's Awakening, I think that Overworld is way too dense. If that makes sense. Like, I don't want to have to stop and think about how the overworld fits together if I'm just trying to get from, like, point A to point B in a Zelda game. Got him. What do I push here? There we go. This goes to the boss, right? Oh yeah, we've got a full clear on this dungeon. We're good to go. I mean, Link to the Past segments its overworld. It's broken up into a series of screens. And in like basic regions. Oh, I should not have walked up there. Breath of the Wild's overworld was just 99% empty. Like it was way too far in the other direction. There's just nothing in that overworld except once in a while you found one of the little Korok guys. It looked pretty. It looked really nice. But there wasn't any really sense of traveling across it because you just fast traveled everywhere all the time. So, like, getting any sense of crossing the countryside and, like, taking in the world as it appears is deteriorated by you just fast travel everywhere. There's no reason not to. Okay, so the boss here was the Helmasaur King. Other notes for this dungeon, I really don't have any. This is just kind of a generic-ish Zelda dungeon where you fight some monsters, it's kind of a maze, you pick up a bunch of keys. Yeah, of course there's fast travel in Breath of the Wild. You can fast travel to any shrine you've been to, can't you? I liked wandering for the first 10 hours or so, but then I was just bored with wandering, and I just wanted to get where I was going. I spent a lot of time in that game just crossing the countryside, and I almost never came across anything worth seeing or doing. Whereas Ocarina of Time, you go into an overworld area, and each overworld area is kind of sectioned off and doing its own thing, right? But it becomes very clear pretty quickly with just an initial exploration, like, okay, what's in this area? What am I going to have to interact with? What can I do now? What should I come back for later? And you can kind of keep a mental checklist in your head of what's where in each area. And you can't really do that in Breath of the Wild. I had a hard time doing that in, like, Twilight Princess 2. And of course, Wind Waker, it's basically like there's one thing to find on each geographic square of your sea chart. And after you find the one thing. Alright, now what can I do? I can go get Bombos now. I can get the flute now. Let's do flute and Bombos and then Swamp Palace. It's gonna feel weird not just making a beeline for Dungeon 4 to get the upgraded Power Glove. But I kind of want to do the dungeons in the intended order here. Shovel. Oh, is it gonna shove me back through the gate here? Like a tard? Yeah. I know the solution to Dungeon 5. I've had to go through it enough times in a randomizer. I know what I'm doing. But yeah, usually doing Dungeon 6 first is better because you get the, what you call it? One of the canes, the red cane. Oh, you know what? While I'm here, there's a piece of heart that I can grab down here. Let's turn this poor bastard into a tree. How did they patch that out? Do they... Like, what kind of patch does even make sense? Alright. Let's go get our flute done. We can do the magic bat now. Guess it's a good thing I'm not playing the GBA version of this game then. We'll see that guy again in Link's Awakening. Oh yeah. What's next? Play the flute for the weather vane. Or do we have to play it for the old man first? No. I'm just gonna stay right here. Magic duck! Oh, one of the things I gotta do tonight is hook up my Wii U and see if I can get those DS games loaded onto it. Bombos! We got it. But watch thy magic meter! I've only played Phantom Hourglass. I've not played Spirit Tracks. But yes, I did not enjoy Phantom Hourglass that much. But for the sake of ZELDOPALOOZA, it must be done. I'm not totally sure if we're going to be able to play those on the Wii U or if I'm going to have to do them on emulator. I'm not sure yet. I really don't know how they're going to play at all because I'm not going to have touchscreen capability. This is actually one of my favorite dungeons in this game. I actually really like the Swamp Palace. Level 2. Swamp Palace. The gimmicks of this dungeon. Water levels. And identifying hookshot targets. DS emulation is pretty good nowadays. It's in a pretty good state. I haven't had a lot of cause to emulate DS games, but the few times I've had to use it in the past couple of years, I played the Saga remakes on a DS emulator, the Saga 2 remake, and it was pretty good. I just did that a couple of years ago. Wii emulation is also really good. What's the program called? I can't remember now. Is it Dolphin? Because that was my preferred way of playing Mega Man 9 and 10 for a couple years before the Legacy Collection fixed its bugs and stuff. Alright, I need to go... Oh, there's no key yet. I need to get a key out of this room, maybe? Or we get the key out of here. There we go. And I think I want yellow switches down when I go further in the dungeon. We have to switch this off, but then we gotta switch it back on before we continue to traverse. So I can't get back down this way now. No. Because if I don't do that, we'll end up getting to the far end of the dungeon and just having to turn around and come back. Yeah, there's those yellow switches that I need to put down. hook shot across yet. I always heard the Wii described as 2 GameCubes taped together, or glued together. But I prefer, like, 2 GameCubes in a trench coat sounds funnier. Is it faster to magic mirror here? Might be. Oh, you know what? I guess I should have checked the map first to make sure there's nothing else over there. No, we're good. Yeah, it's probably faster to just magic mirror. Actually, I bet it's about the same, really. God, I hope my Wii U still works. Spoiling. Alright, so the treasure here is the hook shot. Cannot trigger this switch with the red cane, because as soon as the block you create with the red cane leaves the screen, the switch vanishes and the door closes again. In case that were wondering. No, I went in the wrong door, didn't I? Whoops. Treasure that a lot of randomizer players don't know exists. Oh, right, there's this room here, just to fill in the map. There's no reason to ever come into this room, but here we go. I missed a room down there. Did I miss 2 rooms? No, just one. I thought I had went into every room. We must finish the map. I haven't done a Link to the Past randomizer since they added Pottery Lottery. What is it from here? Oh, I know what I gotta do. I think I gotta go up. here. And then this way. Yeah, here's a room that nobody ever goes into. Alright, that's everything. What is the boss's name of this dungeon? Is it Vitreous? I have the Metroid Prime trilogy on Wii, but yeah, I never played it because the Metroid Prime games aren't that good. I don't really like Prime 2 or 3 that much. The Prime 1 is great, but with the Wii controls, it's less great. And then Prime 2 and 3 I just don't like very much. No, I'm going the wrong way. Help! I don't think there's anything I can do to kill these things either, is there? This is Argus. Which one is Vitreous? Is Vitreous Dungeon 5? Notes on this dungeon, it has a cool hidden chest that nobody knew about until the randomizer forced everybody to learn where all the chests were. Misery Mire is Dungeon 6, Ice Palace is Dungeon 5. No, Dungeon 5 is Cold Stare. I always thought this guy's little clouds looked like they belong in a Kirby game. I just played a Metroid ROM hack this week. Somebody, I think last year, maybe a little earlier, did a ROM hack of Metroid Zero Mission, where it's Super Metroid, but like the Game Boy Advance version. So it's Super Metroid with Zero Mission's physics. And I played through it. Mostly it like puts the bosses in different spots, because obviously Zero Mission doesn't have a version of like Dragon or Phantoon. So it puts the other Zero Mission bosses in their room. But the Super Metroid world with Zero Mission's physics feels real bad. I already don't like Zero Mission's physics that much. When you combine the physics in Zero Mission with trying to navigate a world that I thought I knew, it's rough. It's real rough. I didn't even bother playing Metroid Dread. I don't know if I ever will. Oh, does Metroid Dread have stealth segments? Ugh, gross. There are freebies in this town, but I don't think they're heart pieces, are they? Has some questionable decisions. Like what? Like what does it do that's questionable? Stealth sections is a big one. If it has stealth sections, like that's definitely questionable. Oh, I just want to do Dungeon 4 so bad right now, but nope, we're doing the dungeons in order. Let's get my heart piece out of here, then our heart piece from the shuffle game. See, like the X Samus stuff in Fusion, I hated. And the whole Zero Suit segment in Zero Mission, like, was a cool challenge the first time I played the game, but that section is why I don't replay Zero Mission that often. I didn't play Samus Returns either. Yeah, even the Zero Suit sections and the X Suit sections in Fusion had kind of the same problem where, like, if you don't already know what to do on every screen, you just die on that screen. You learn what to do on every individual screen by getting killed. And then they just put a save point every couple of rooms. It's like the very lowest of the low, bottom of the barrel stealth section. Do not do Dungeon 3 before you do Dungeon 4 in Link to the Past. There's no reason to do Dungeon 3 first. It's actually harder to reach Dungeon 3 than Dungeon 4. Alright, we just hop on in. Here's Dungeon 3 of this game. Skullwoods. So the gimmick here is multiple entrances. Mainly. Let's see if I can remember where all the stuff is. There's not a key up here, I don't think. This is a drop-in point, maybe? Oh, no, the trap room is over to the right. So we can actually take the trap room and save a key. I think. yeah, we're locked in here. We need a key to get out. And there's a key in this box. Oh, you know what? I'm going to make a note of every dungeon with annoying hands. Because annoying hands are the worst. I don't know if I wanted to hit that. I was trying not to. Yeah, so we could have come through that key door, but no, we've just saved a key. What up? Yeah, we didn't want to hit that. Whoops. So I am going to use this key. There's one spot in this entire game. There's one room that requires your bonk jump to get into. Oh, there's not another star switch to hit. Okay, fine. No, I gotta drop down through a different hole. It's nothing to do with that star switch. Just I gotta come down through a different hole. I couldn't complete Hollow Knight. I got to a boss fight that just bottlenecked me, and it just wasn't gonna happen. I don't have a big key for this dungeon though. Which means I can't get this chest even if I wanted to. I had thought I was never going to play Cuphead because it limits content based on difficulty level. Like, it locks you out of content unless you play on the difficulty level it wants you to play on. Which just, I don't agree with that as a design philosophy. I think difficulty options are an accessibility concern, and companies that, like, limit content based on difficulty are doing a disservice to their players. That said, for some reason I do own a copy of Cuphead. I have no idea how or where I got it. But I do own it. So maybe I will play it someday. Yeah, I could probably complete Cuphead, it being the kind of game it is. Oh, that's a spikety. Whoops. I didn't mean to get spiketied. That said, I think there's a fairy room right here. Nope, magic room. Cuphead does look and sound really cool, and I quite enjoyed the Netflix series. The Netflix cartoon was very enjoyable, I thought. But yeah, the reason I decided not to buy it is because I didn't want to support a company that has bad difficulty philosophy, bad difficulty options. But somehow I did end up, like, I must have been gifted a copy at some point. I'm not really sure. So the fire rod is our treasure for this dungeon. Actually, I could just leave out of here. I don't think there's such a real thing as, like, fake difficulty. Like, that's not a distinction that I think is helpful to make anymore. I used to make it, but, like, a game can have any kind of difficulty it wants, but I think it should also be accessible to any players who want to take a crack at it. And games like Cuphead just aren't. It has, my understanding of Cuphead is that it has an easy mode, but if you play on easy mode, you're not allowed to fight all the bosses. So it blocks off content. I'm missing, there it is. I have to come around the top, don't I? My hair is tangled up behind my ear. I know, I got too much hair. My glorious golden locks. That probably don't actually look appropriately gold in this lighting. Yeah, same thing with Elden Ring. Like, there's no point in me even buying Elden Ring, because I know I won't be able to finish it. Okay, so I just wanted to come into this room to fill it in for the map. I don't actually care about being in here at all. Whoops. I guess we'll waste a key here. On a trap road. Yeah, even Binding of Isaac. That game the problem with Binding of Isaac is there's just bad items. Like, there's just items that you should never ever take. Or that you should only take under, like, extremely limited circumstances, right? So after you play the game long enough and unlock a bunch of items, the game reaches a point where you, like, don't want to take most of what you see. And if you don't find one of the good items in your run, or enough good items to make the run worthwhile, the game is just absolutely brutal. So I eventually fell out of love with Binding of Isaac as well. Nope, go down this way. Yeah, one of the hallmarks of a good roguelite for me are, like, you should never see an item and be like, oh, there's that stupid item, right? Like, any item you see, you should be able to pick it up and, or at least identify that it's not useful for your build right now on this run. Binding of Isaac just has too many items that just are never good on any run. think there was a key in this room. There's a key in this room. No, there's not. There's a key in this room. Oh, I wasn't paying attention to the hand. Alright, every time that happens over the course of these Zelda games, I want you guys to give me a hand in chat. There must be, like, a sarcastic clapping emoji that you guys can help me out with here. That respawns all the mummies and stuff, doesn't it? Yeah, it sure does. There, we'll just do it that way. You know what? Screw this room too. Alright, that should be a full clear of this dungeon. Yeah, we're good. Are there no wall masters anywhere in Twilight Princess? Remember one of the challenges at GDQ when we went in their arcade room was to beat this boss with like 3 hearts and magic beads. You had no other items. You just had magic beads. Got him. This guy's name's Mothra, right? And you fight him in the ROM-hacky spike room that everybody hates. So we've completed 8 dungeons in this game, and that's more than many Zelda games even have. Oh, it's Mothula, not Mothra? It was something like that. Rescue Zelda without fail. Got it. A moth that is also a Dracula. Makes sense. Alright, here's where we're going to cash it in for the night, actually. That's about half of the game's content, I think, starting with Dungeon 4 of the Dark World. So we got 4, 5, 6, 7 in Ganon's Tower. So that's about half the dungeons. And yeah, I don't know where we'll move on from here, but I've still got a ton of editing work to do tonight. I want to thank everybody for hanging out with me, though. You're going to see a glitch as I switch my input back over. Things are moving swimmingly. 1/2 of the games are done, 15.5 games to go. Thanks, everybody, for watching. Peace out.